Excellent. Thank you so much, Linda. Appreciate it.
No problem.
So for those of you who have already met me before, I am Casey from Creative Conceptions, and we have Susie with us as well today.
Hello, everyone.
A lot of you are going to become a little bit more familiar with Susie's face and chatting with Suze over the next few months and hopefully into when we can start venturing back into the US and coming to the shows and training you guys as well. So we want to start by really just introducing Creative Conceptions and the Skin Sexual Health brand, as a lot of people are familiar with us and our products, but sometimes not putting the face to the name when it comes to the Skins brand and the Creative brand. So just to give you a little bit of an overview, we have Creative Conceptions, which is predominantly our games. We have a range of games for couples and for fun, and we also have some bachelorette novelty gifts within that range, and also some restraints and cuffs as well. So it's like a small bondage range within that, and that's the items that you see just behind me here. And then here we're moving on more into the Skins Sexual Health range, and here you have things like Power Erect and our new Power Erect and Skins Delay. That is something that we're going to start talking about straight away, but just wanted to give you a quick overview of the brands, because a lot of people don't always recognize Creative Conceptions with brands like Power Erect and our Skins brand as well. So leading quickly into one of our new items, and a lot of you I know have already got this in store, but for those of you who haven't or are looking for a little bit more information, for a while we were selling, for the last sort of 2 to 3 years, we've been selling our Power Erect enhancement cream. And this is an enhancement cream, which is a topical cosmetic. So this is placed directly onto the penis, and it is a natural cream. We like to say to start Power Erect, start by using a small pea-size amount. If you apply too much, you can be slightly overwhelmed. Although it's natural, it is a highly concentrated formula. So you need to make sure that you're applying a little and then apply more. With the Power Erect, we like to say to apply it to the shaft of the penis, avoiding the head and the balls. And that way the cream will work itself into the penis and it will maintain the blood flow in that area. As you know, maintaining the blood flow in that area will heighten the sensitivity, and it will also make the penis feel stronger for longer. I know that a lot of you are familiar with this product, and we have that in 2 forms. We have it in a 5ml foil, and we also have it in a 48ml pump. And that leads me nicely on to something that we've brought out in the same brand, but that instead of being an enhancement, we now have a natural delay. And that comes in the 5ml foil, and it also comes in a 20ml spray and also a 20ml serum as well. The reason we tried to create something that was natural was because a lot of the desensitizing products on the market, they can end up being, you become completely desensitized and you have no feeling, and that can go the opposite way to what you're trying to achieve. So with the natural, we find that we've used natural ingredients that don't give such a heightened desensitization, but that do create that slight desensitization naturally. And that's with things like aloe vera and different products like chamomile that would create natural desensitizing, as opposed to benzocaine or lidocaine. We do have other products coming out that will be drug related, but for now we do have the natural available, and it sits really, really well alongside the enhancement. And actually they can be used in conjunction with each other as well. Both are completely compatible with condoms, and due to being natural, they can be used with oral fun as well, because the ingredients is all natural. It's ingestible. Wouldn't advise drinking a lot, but if you used it with oral, you would be fine. The Power Erect is the brand that a lot of you are more familiar with because of the Power Erect enhancement. However, we also have this delay product out in our Skins Sexual Health brand. So that's the same formula as the Power Erect, just a slightly different looking brand. We do feel that this tailors slightly to more of the older generation and an older market, and certainly more of the pharmaceutical looking products as well. Just quickly, just to mention within our Skins range as well, as though that is quite a small area of products at the moment, but is looking to grow certainly with ECN as well very soon. We also have our performance rings. We have the performance rings that come vibrating in a 1-pack. And then we also have our performance ring that comes in a pack of 3 and also a singular pack as well. And that is the skins range that we have available with ECN at the moment. And that, as I said, that is going to be growing and is something that we're working really hard within our new product development and trying to get products out there that are unique within the marketplace. That takes me slowly down to our restraints and products that we like to say are more beginner friendly. Within a lot of our games, we do have forfeits and cards that would suggest that you use some bondage. And naturally, that's created an area of where we felt that there was a line for beginners. Everybody that I speak to is always familiar with our quickie cuffs, and they are a bestseller for a lot of people. We have a medium red cuff and a large red cuff. And the red is a great option for Valentine's Day and, of course, leading up to the holidays. And you can also see there's an upselling opportunity to be able to sell a cuff for the wrist and also a cuff there for the ankles as well. With them being 100% silicone, they are extremely flexible, extremely friendly to use, and quite discreet as well. You wouldn't necessarily know that with a handcuff straight away. With it being something that, of course, isn't going to tie you in, it is going to give you the illusion. It is just a beginner's illusion of feeling like you're trapped in. They definitely are one of our most popular items. And due to that, we also have brought out the quickie gags. We have a mouth bit, which is a little bit more like a horse bite rather than a ball, as you can see there. And then we also have the ball gag, and that is a little bit more like your everyday balls. Forgive me, I haven't got one on here. A little bit more like your everyday ball gag. However, there is no breathable holes. You can see it's a solid ball, and that does come in both medium and large, and also, as you can see, in red as well. The other product within our restraints is our SXY cuff. Now, this is a product that a lot of you have seen before. It does come in a packaging that looks like this, and you can see on the back it's got a slightly better image in terms of seeing how that's displayed. And this is a neoprene cross cuff, and you cross over the wrists, and you can see there that that's Velcro, and it's very secure. You have your D hook here as well, so that you can use that if you wanted to do any suspending, or of course use it with a leash and collar as well. Just have a couple of different uses. So that is our beginners and our more restraints and our bondage gear. And then
Casey, we have a question. What's the material on the gag?
The gag, the silicone, the quickie, that's 100% silicone. Sorry, I'm holding up the cuff, not the gag.
But what about, on the gag too? Okay, great.
Yes, 100% silicone. It's a very dense ball in there, but it's still 100% silicone from ball to strap.
Got it.
And then that leads us more into the rest of our creative games ranges, which is what a lot of you are familiar with. And great games are perfect for the holiday season. They're perfect for anniversaries, Valentine's, any sort of gift idea, but also just an impulse buy. A lot of people, when they're in store, they're always looking at other things that they can buy to build maybe a bit more of a spicy evening at home with their partner. And our great games are great for add-on sales, because every one of our games, you probably would need to use some sort of household item, maybe like a blindfold or some massage oil or some lubricant. So there's great upselling opportunities within all of our games. And we actually do have a lanyard over here where it shows you which products have which upselling opportunities. So if any of you that don't have a training booklet, ECN do have this in stock, and it does really, really help your general knowledge of any upselling opportunities and also any game knowledge that you might not have as well. And then, as I mentioned, this leads us nicely into the restraint games and the bondage games. So any of you that are looking to buy within specific categories, we're now just going to mention what categories some of our range fall in. So here we have games and products that are more within the fetish and fantasy, role play and subdom area. Dominate Master and our Dominate game, a lot of you are familiar with. It's a little bit more of a old style game of dominoes, and you are there to try and compete with the winner, and each person's going to have a fantasy at the end with their partner of whoever's the winner, and it's the fantasy of their choice as well. Within the bondage range, we do also have a great gift idea, which is our 50 days of play bundle. That comes with a couple of different accessories. You have the game itself, and then you also get some of our quickie cuffs inside and a you and me blindfold as well. And that all comes together within the satin tie bag. So it's a really perfect anniversary, Valentine's Day, or any sort of gift idea, even potentially bachelorette gift. If you're gifting a friend something, it's a lovely gift idea as well. And just quickly, within the last bit of our restraint range, we've also got our bondage tape, and we have that in black, pink and red, with a slight slot there for the slat wall as well. A very small bondage range at the moment, but ever growing. And then Susie will lead us nicely on into the more of the couple sections.
Hi everyone. Yeah, just touching on the couples with going into the holiday season. Excuse me, I've got a slight cough, so if I cough throughout this, apologise. So obviously we're starting off with our best-selling game Monogamy. It's also available in the Spanish version that you can see there. Anybody that's got an online store, this is a great item to stock because it's a really searched for term. So a lot of people are looking online for this item. And then that takes us also into our newly introduced OSG. This is a gender neutral game, so it's very similar play to Monogamy, with 3 levels of play, working its way up. It's again, just focus a little bit there. It's again a great game to have in stock for those that are going into holidays. Perhaps you've got a bit more time with your partner, and it's a nice game to play. It's going to take you a few hours to play those ones, so they're a bit more longer play. Then we're kind of going into our shorter games. You and Me, that's one of our best-selling games. This also comes in the bundle version. Again, this has got a really nice price point, around $20. So it's a bit cheaper than your Monogamy or your OSG, and it's a slightly different level of play because it's cards. So it's more for people that are a bit more, let's see if we can get that to focus. Anybody that's maybe a little bit time poor, you've got kids, you're working hours, maybe shifts, something like that. So it's a nice USP of that product as well. And Casey's just got the bundle there.
Again, it's a satin tie, exactly the same as the 50 days, but with that you get the rose petals and the blindfold as well.
Yeah, and there's the rose petals as well. You can purchase those singly as well. The lovely Glenn that we work with at ECN, he often says that these always lead to the bedroom, a trail of rose petals. These were incredibly popular, and Valentine's Day just gone. And so I recommend you get your orders in with those early doors. Our other bundle that we work with is the 50 Nights of Naughtiness. Again, this is a great gift package with the holiday seasons coming up. It comes in these gorgeous little bags. But you can also buy these games as individuals as well. This is again a card game, 5 levels of play with this, and it works its way up. Again, these are really good for people that perhaps have been a bit more like in longer term relationships, want to spice things up a little bit.
Rekindle the love, we like to say with Monogamy. It definitely will ask you some questions that will get things flowing again, and the relationship, the things that you liked about each other at the start of the relationship, it will get you reminding to stuff like that.
Casey, do you guys make the OSG in Spanish?
We don't, unfortunately. The only products that we have in Spanish is the Monogamy game and also the SXY cuffs. We do have that in a Spanish version. It is something that we are aware is in high demand, and is something that we do think about when we're bringing out games in terms of the language options. And Spanish is something that we do get requested for. So I would like to think that you will see more Spanish games within our range. It's just not something at this moment in time that we've been able to do, but it certainly will hopefully be across the board with more than just the Monogamy.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, and certainly something if we get demand for, we can feed that back and push that back as well.
Yeah, so if anybody's on here and thinking I would buy OSG if that was in Spanish, then let us know. Yeah, because we have had a demand, certainly when we've been out in shows, but there does have to be a certain quantity, as I'm sure you're aware. So the more that we hear about people that would want those games and they think they could sell those games, the faster that we'll be able to make that happen. So absolutely, if you have a real demand, let us know. Or let your rep know at ECN, and they'll pass the message on as well. And as soon as we do have something, we're aware that with ECN there's a lot of Spanish customers, so you will be the first to know as soon as something's available.
Absolutely. And kind of working back off OSG, this is our other gender neutral game that we have in the range. Perfect for couples, but also perfect as a group game. So again, with the holiday season coming up, you might have a bit more time, might be having some get-togethers. So this is for 2 to 8 players. A nice thing about this game is you don't have to play with the person that you've arrived with or you're in the couple with. You can play with anybody in the group. It's race 69. It's quite fun. It's quite a funky, modern looking game as well. Another nice upsell game to think about is Oral Fun. This is one of our best sellers as well. Obviously, you can sell your lubes or any other toys alongside this. It's a bit like Snakes and Ladders concept in terms of you work your way around the board with different activities.
Can you guys speak up a little? We can hear Casey fine, but we're having trouble hearing a little bit right now.
Yeah, I think it's probably because of this microphone. We have one microphone, so I'm going to place it there and hope that makes it a little bit clearer. Let us know if you can't hear Susie very well.
Yeah, shout up if you can't hear. Please don't let me waffle on. Yeah, and then our other kind of games to just note, Triple T's. This is a really fun. This is quite like a jokey game. That's quite a fun game to play. Again, with your partner, it's cards. So it's a quick, easy, fun game. So if you're looking for something that's a bit all evening, a bit longer term, you want to be a bit more suspenseful, you've got your monogamy and your OSG, then you've got your kind of faster games that are like your You and Me, your 50 Days of Play, your 50 Nights of Naughtiness. They're all your kind of card games that are a bit swifter. Also, as well, if you're in a long-term relationship, what you could do is post the cards to your partner or something like that to kind of increase that play. Going off the back of these as well, these are Sexy Six range, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And they come in the 6: foreplay, sex, and kinky. Again, a really popular item. Nice USP of this product is that it's 6 dice as opposed to the usual 3 or 2. It comes in a gorgeous little bag, great for like going away, if you're going somewhere for like Thanksgiving or something like that, or on the holiday season. It creates a sentence, so it takes kind of all the thought out of the process as well. And these sit at around $10, so they're a nice like product. They're a good upsell, so someone might like, you know, buy FG and then chuck one of these in, maybe chuck some cuffs in, or if you were buying one of the lower price point games around the $20, it's a nice thing to bring that basket value up as well. We've got a few gag items as well in terms of the sticker dick and the blowjob kits, so these are quite like jokey fun games. In here we've got your spit bag, your bib with your pearl necklace, your popping candy. Oh, Casey's just getting out the sticker dip. Just thought I'd show you my stud.
Looks like it's my body, doesn't it? This is the poster that you get inside the sticker dicks. So it just shows you a little bit about what's going to actually be inside here, and then you have the penis stickers as well.
Yeah, so we've got the stickers there.
They are resealable as well, actually, which is a really unique selling point for this product. A lot of these, the pin the tail on the donkeys, they're not really reusable. Whereas if you're placing the stickers down quite lightly, you would be able to use this game again and again. A lot of people like to use this for like uni pre-drinks, whack it on the back of the door and just have a play before you go out. Or of course, naturally, it's perfect for bachelorette.
You can cut the head out on them as well. There's a little thing there, isn't there, to do that?
Attach it to some poor soul.
Yeah. And if you do, please send some photos of that and pop them on our Instagram. We'd love to see that.
Yeah, definitely.
If anyone used it. Then the only other game that we've got in our collection, that this is like for friends. So again, like for the holiday season, it's a very popular item at the moment. We're getting, it's kind of growing up in our rankings in terms of being searched for online. is Sexopoly. Obviously, very similar principle to Monopoly. You build up your adult empire. There's a few kind of cheeky scenarios, questions that you can go on in there. So it's perhaps not one that you'd play with your folks, but certainly fun to play with your friends if you're having a get together during the holidays. Or if, you know, single girls on Valentine's Day, another fun one that you could play with a few bottles of Prosecco. I think that's a bit of whistle-stop tour, but
yeah, definitely. And then just to reiterate again on the training documents that we've got, we do have one for the games, and we've also got one for the Power Rect, which I just had in my hand. Both of these booklets are available, as we mentioned, from East Coast News. And I forgot to mention the Power Rect one a second ago. And this is perfect if you have guys that are in store that are wanting to know about the enhancement side of it, but don't want to speak to a clerk, or maybe don't want to go too much into detail with regards to what their problem is. This will give them the answer to the questions that they need. It is a bit of a one-step guide as to how to use frequently asked questions, ingredients, a lot of information that would certainly help the sale within store. And this is customer friendly, so you can hang that inside the store next to the product, or of course the clerk staff or the store owners can be reading this to get their knowledge up on the product as well. We do look to have something available for the delay range as well. So if any of you are wondering if there's any sort of marketing material available for our delay, we are looking to create something, and as soon as we have something available, we'll make sure that you guys have got access to it as well.
All right, ladies, we have a couple questions because we have a few minutes left. Byron is asking how many games that you guys carry that are multiplayer, not just two.
We have 2 games within our range. So Path to Pleasure is 2 to 8 players. And then the Sexopoly that Suze was just showing you guys is also 2 to 8 players. And they are the two. And as Suze mentioned, this is more friends having a laugh. It's quite risky and frisky, but it's not going to have you in a sexual position. However, this game is going to certainly have you all within a very intimate and sexual scenario.
Got it. Okay.
Everything else within our range is 2 players. However, a lot of our games, there is the ability to be able to improvise. So if you had a counter from a previous game, there are quite a lot of our games where you could add an additional player and it would technically work. But of course, that is depending on if you wanted to do that. But generally, it is 2 players. And then we've got the additions that we just mentioned.
Okay, great. By the way, a lot of people asking for the Spanish games.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll say what I said last week to our customers, because we had the same sort of thing about plus size items. So I'll say, like, for you guys, I understand that, you know, everybody asks, but everybody has to buy. So, you know, if you guys are interested, let us know. We can pass along the information. But if they actually do something like that, we just have to ensure that it's going to sell. And usually that's you know, for you guys, I'm sure that's a quantity of, like, you know, a couple thousand in order to make a game, right? So, so yeah, we have to make sure it actually sells through.
Absolutely. And because I don't know if a lot of you are familiar, but Creative Conceptions, we have the UK and European side of our business as well. So there is a lot of opportunity for us to sell a Spanish game within the European market. So we aren't expecting you guys to come with those sales straight off the bat, and we would work that into our UK and European side. And there is a demand there as well. So I think if we had an idea, a volume of interest, we would certainly try and work that with our European side and make that happen faster for you.
Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you, guys.
I also, just remembered that the Sexy 6 4-play dice, this is something, I say Sexy 6 4 because the Sexy 6 range is something that is gender neutral. And although they are, they're not designed specifically to be in a group, this is also something that you could use within a group if you wanted to. You could have, of course, just take it in turns on taking the actions. So I just wanted to mention that as well. And each edition of these dice give you 720 different scenarios. So as Sue's mentioned, for $10, you're getting a lot for your buck there. You're going to have, every time you roll, you will have a different scenario up to 720 times. So
Wow, that's cool.
It's a great option if you were looking for something quick to play within a group. I don't think that anybody would feel excluded with it being gender neutral.
That's awesome. All right, cool. And by the way, lots of feedback on the dice too, that the dice do well in people's stores and they sell really well. So that's good to hear. Right. All right. Anything else you guys have to add before we get into our raffle?
No, that is pretty much everything that we have in terms of what's new. We do have some other stuff coming out in time for the holidays, unfortunately, that we don't have available right now. So we will make sure that we're getting all of those assets to the team at ECN so they can let you guys know about them as soon as they're available. We have some exciting skins products as well that ECN have just taken. Unfortunately, it's not in their warehouse now, but it will be very soon. So watch out for those skins brands that I know a lot of you have been asking for, that will be with those soon.
Perfect. Yeah. So remember, guys, check out the new items tab constantly to see what's coming in, because it's updated literally as soon as we scan the product in. All right. So let's see. You guys are raffling off a $100 Amazon gift card. Is that right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'd let the winner pick their own prize.
I mean, smart. I like it. I'm good with that. All right. Let me pull up my little spinner here and say that the winner is Chris Friday. Chris, congratulations. You're the winner of the $100 Amazon gift card. Text marketing@ecn.com, or sorry, email marketing@ecn.com with your information and we will get it out to you. Otherwise, we will reach out to you.
Well done, Chris.
Woo-hoo, congrats. Ladies, I gotta say, I love the presentation and I love the costumes. Can I borrow that headband? It might match my outfit a little bit. See, look. Purple.
Yeah, it would work.
You would look, yeah, they would really finish you back.
I love that Peter wore the nerds outfit. I'm wearing my pajamas and Peter's wearing his nerd.
I'll be honest, this is quite comfortable as well. I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be like a stiff box, but it like goes with the flow. And here I am dancing again on the show. What is this about?
I don't know. I think you just like it.
I do like to dance. I just want to dance.
Yeah.
It's a great
Awesome. Oh, look at Grace with her added kitty ears that light up.
Right.
Those are awesome.
I had to add some headphones.
Oh. This is bullshit that they're not pink.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. They didn't have pink at the time.
You get what you get. It
I'm gonna have
actually
to
looks
text
good.
Charles.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Thank you for the presentation. Everything was wonderful. So remember, guys, you can place your orders for creative Conceptions. Clearly,
It is a mouthful.
yeah, for Creative Conceptions online on our website. And if you guys have any questions, get with your reps. Thank you, ladies. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you.
Bye, guys.
For logging in.
You too.
Bye.
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 Bye.